I think it'd just be easy for Scottie to give MJ a call and resolve things between each other than to attack him through media.
Right. Maybe somebody wouldn't accept the call.
But that's one thing. Yeah, that's one thing.
So you heard what he had to say.
Okay. What's going on, y'all? Today we got Jerry West breaks his silence on the messy fallout between Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Let's get into it.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment.
Facts.
And we give you guys a fresh perspective. Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan have had a pretty messy public fallout. And I would dare say the majority of it has come from Scottie Pippen. Because in the midst of all of this, I've yet to hear Michael Jordan.
Majority, I think all of it. You know, I haven't seen Mike say anything bad, drag. I ain't seen Mike say anything negative about Scottie Pippen in the recent years, bro. Or all I see is Mike bigging him up.
Make any public statement or negative statement about Scottie Pippen.
Facts.
At all. Not even through
That's how true it is.
a third person. Not even through them.
Facts.
MJ has just been absolutely quiet about the situation, and it's just Scottie Pippen that's just been on this rampage going after Jordan. It's just been one thing after the other. The last one, you heard the ridiculous comments that he came out and made where he said, but Michael Jordan was a terrible basketball player before he got there. They weren't winning, and everybody forgot how terrible. I mean, one of the all-time wacky statements, and a lot of people came out there to pretty much roast and toast him. So yesterday, or this morning rather, I came across an interview from the Playoff P podcast, the Paul George podcast, where he featured guest NBA legend Jerry West, who, by the way, knows Scottie Pippen, who knows Michael Jordan. He has a relationship with these guys. He knows them. And Paul George basically asked Jerry West to just kind of give his thoughts on this fallout between, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. So what we want to do is we want to play exactly what Jerry West had to say here.
Yeah, let's see.
And then we're
going to
come back and react to it. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Bro,
You were a part of, I think this was last year in Cleveland, All-Star Game, the 75th anniversary. You're there with Jordan, Magic, LeBron, D-Wade, Melo, Larry, the list goes on of NBA legends. What were some of the conversations when you got a room full of heavyweights in the same room? Like, what was some of the conversations and interactions between you guys?
I'm not so sure there were conversations. Most of them, if you had a teammate there's always that little, sticking a needle in somebody's leg or something. A lot of those people I know differently than, playing against them. I know them personally. And I'm friends with them. And they're people I greatly admired. They were the cream of the crop. And
so I was
finally to have all those people in one room.
I was just thinking that the cream of the crop, man.
My goodness, how'd they get all these people here? Okay, how'd they get them all here?
A lot of private jets.
Only one person wasn't in that room, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
But I have a picture in my house that they took there with ones that most of them people like to have picture with. And it's really interesting because I've seen, Michael Jordan, I like to say I admire him more than anything. I would say we're close. We don't bug each other, but we're close. And he doesn't change, Paul. He does not. He's the same person all the time. And it really troubles me when, Scottie Pippen, who I had a great feeling as a player, I see him with, for whatever reason, he's with Michael. Why he's even bothered doing that, I don't know. But I really like Scottie. He's a hell of a player, really good. I don't understand as you get older, and this, it makes no sense to me. He ought to be thankful that he won that many games, that many championships with a special team.
Right.
He got a special player there with you.
Right. You touched on that word, jealousy and envy.
You know something, Paul? I don't know that. I know Scottie. I don't know him nearly. Well, obviously I know Michael well. But with Scottie, I don't know Scottie that well. I don't. But he's always been very pleasant and very nice to me. And as I say, I admired him tremendously as a player. He got better every year. It wasn't somebody that just fell off a cliff. He was a really good player. And whatever happens in relationships, and when particularly if you look at a team, and you would think that those guys like that would have the most special relationship in the world.
Right.
Nah, facts.
I just haven't understood that.
Right. I think that's where the new media, I think, people that hear about what Scottie's saying about Michael, I think that's probably the most disappointing part about it is
Facts.
that team and how special and the bonds.
Yo, for real, it's like damn, like you're not even cool, like you're not cool no more. Like y'all was supposed to be you know what I'm saying? Stick together around forever, Real shit.
I think it'd just be easy for Scottie to give MJ a call and resolve things between each other than to attack him through media.
Right. Maybe somebody wouldn't accept the call.
But that's one thing. Yeah, that's one thing.
So you heard what he had to say.
Okay. So maybe Mike is done talking to him. Like you out here bashing me on the media. You out here doing all this. That's not no real throws. That's not no real friend things. You got my phone number. You can hit my line, gang. There's no need for you to be doing this on the. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Mike just at the point where he's like, I'm not even whatever. Say whatever you want. I'm not even gonna talk to you, gang. Cut off. Probably cut him off. What y'all think about that?
Brought up a point that I didn't think about.
Facts.
If you listen to any championship team, one of the things that they said, and I remember Kobe saying this, he said, whenever you win a championship with a group, you guys establish a bond that lasts for eternity, a lifetime bond, because of all of the adversity you had to go through to capture that championship. You build a bond because of the highs and the lows. And if you think of the Chicago Bulls with Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, you're talking about a team that won 2-3 peats and 6 NBA championships. And the two constants for the entire championship run in terms of roster, in terms of the players, was Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, and in terms of a coach, Phil Jackson. So one would think they would have an unbreakable bond that would never be broken. But in the case of Scottie Pippen and MJ, they are having arguably the messiest fallout of any championship duo in NBA history.
I wouldn't even call it messy. Like
it'll be tantamount to maybe
that sounds like some
20 years
relationship
from now.
type ish. But it's like it's more just I don't know, like I guess you could say messy, but that just sounds like you talking about him with a female. But yeah, bro, Scottie. I feel like Scottie just needs to give him a call, man, or give him a text. If he's not answering your call, shoot him a text. Word, or get somebody to get in. There's a way for Scottie Pippen to get in contact with Michael Jordan. Definitely, whether it's through somebody else, whether it's through himself, whatever. Just got to resolve these issues off the internet, because I know nobody likes being bashed on the internet. Like, especially if you're somebody's friend, nobody like being bashed on the internet, made look bad. If you're trying to make somebody look bad in front of millions of people, you can't be mad at them for not answering your calls or not wanting to speak to you anymore or cutting you off, per se.
Thompson going to Stephen Curry. A lot of us would just be like, what? After all of those championship runs, after all of those championships, this is how it's ended? And I think that's how a lot of people feel. If you listen carefully, you'd also hear what Paul George said. Is it jealousy? Is it envy? Is that what it is? Even Jerry West himself seemed to be confused about the entire thing. Mm-hmm. But he also said something else that was important. He said, when Paul George said, maybe it's something when you can just have a phone call and call up the guy and talk to him. And Jerry West said, what if the person you're trying to call isn't willing to talk? In that case, he was talking about MJ. Maybe MJ just said, I'm done with him. And it makes sense what he said because that's what Stephen A. Smith reported. Stephen A. Smith said, the bridge is burnt. These guys will never be friends. And I think it's just so sad to see Scottie Pippen constantly go after Jordan every single time in the media and say ridiculous things. It's actually turning a lot of people off. You're not winning over anyone by doing that. And I think it makes him look bitter.
Bro.
And I
Makes him
think
look
that
worse. It makes
Scottie
him-
at this point is
it makes
lashing
younger-
out at Jordan,
younger,
because you cannot tell.
the younger media, people that didn't get a chance to see Scottie Pippen play, it makes you seem as a worse player because we always all of us youngest heard about Michael Jordan. You know, all the youngest gonna hear about Michael Jordan all day, every day. And then if you got Michael Jordan's teammate Scottie Pippen out of nowhere talking crazy about it, the youngest just gonna think you hating. That's all it is. You can't be out here like, you gotta resolve that between you and Mike, man. And that's the last of this, man. If y'all enjoyed, share the video, turn on post notifications, click on the last reaction. I'm out of there, man.